All right, guys. The attendance tonight was 20,076. Obviously sold out. Gate was 26.4 million. Highest gate in history. Fight of the night, not a shocker. Royval, Kavanaugh, and performance went to Bobby Green and Paddy Pimblett.
Dana, can you, I think we're all trying to process everything. I guess, can we get your immediate thoughts? It felt like, honestly, one of the best fight cards of all time, and then we get to this weird main event ending. So I guess your immediate thoughts as you sit there right now.
Yeah, listen, everybody who knows anything about the fight business, and it's been a big topic of discussion leading up to this fight. 5 years off in this sport is rough. And like you said, great card, unbelievable. I mean, the Paddy Pimblett thing right before, you just feel it all in the air. Here we go. I mean, I was expecting at least a one-round war, or, you know, who knew what Conor was capable of as far as cardio or whatever else after a 5-year layoff. And, well, there you go. I mean, we're assuming blown ACL. I'm no doctor, but that's what I figured when I saw it, and doctors think the same thing, too.
I was going to ask you, have you had a chance to talk to Conor? It sounds like you've talked to the medical team. Have you talked to Conor? Do we know exactly the extent of what happened?
I haven't. Is he coming out here? We'll see. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
I think he left the arena, right?
Then the answer is no. We'll find out when he gets an MRI.
Max said right away, like, hey, man, well, now we got to set this thing up for a trilogy, right? I mean, is there any desire from that, from your point? I mean, you know promoting better than anyone. Like, does that even make sense to do a trilogy right now? Or the way that ended, do you have to go a different direction?
Yeah, I don't even know. I don't know. You know, you got to take some time. And I don't know if you know this or not, but I don't like talking about making fights the night of the fight. But definitely not in this scenario.
You touched on the co-main event on a much different note. Like, Paddy's been building to this for a long time, but I don't know, the entrance felt special, the performance felt special. Can you talk about, kind of feel like he ascended even to a different level tonight?
Yeah, I don't know the way you guys, but he gained so much respect in that last fight. Like, my social team is telling me, after that last loss, he gained like 2 million followers on social media, like from that night to the next morning. And the way he came in tonight, it felt like he was the world champion. And if you break this fight down, I felt like St. Denis' chance to win this fight was to keep it on his feet and strike, and then he shoots right in for a takedown. Very, very crazy, and what a nasty choke he put on him, and it was incredible. Incredible performance for as short as it was.
Yeah. And obviously, we're not going to matchmake, but do you think about his next step? Because he just lost to the champ, right? But he also feels like one of the biggest stars on the roster right now. So is it a #1 contender fight? Do you look outside the division? Like, what kind of ideas do you have for what to do with it?
I have none right now. I have none. Yeah, I don't know. Think about it over the weekend. And again, Tuesday we get in a room and we'll talk about it. We'll see what's next.
Fair enough.
What's happening?
Paddy, congratulations on, I don't know if it could go more flawless than it went for you tonight. Before we get into the fight, can you just talk about, like, the entrance and the energy? I mean, I know it's nothing new for you, but I don't know, tonight it just felt like on another level. Can you talk about just that whole experience?
Yeah, it was unbelievable. That walkout was spectacular. And obviously, because Conor was fighting, there was even more stars there. I'll never forget getting in the cage and me boxing coach Chris going, like, get on Mike Tyson there. Mike Tyson, Vince Vaughn, Mel Gibson, Theo Von all singing and dancing to me song. It was like, there's no way I can lose here.
That's amazing. I wonder, like, what's the middle trigger for you? Because, right, you're having so much fun, you're partying, but then you're about to get in a fist fight, right? So is there some, like, a sequence you go through or a thought that you go through that switches you from we're having fun to now there's a fight?
Yeah, I just know there's another man in front of me that's going to try and kill me. So I'm going to kill him first. Like, I just switch from walkout to when he's standing opposite me, he's the only person in the world that matters.
You envisioned getting this thing done early. You kind of talked about the way it was going to happen. But I did wonder, I mean, early on in a fight, right, there's a possibility you could burn your arms out. There's a possibility you give up position because you're going for this choke. Was any of that playing through your mind in your decision-making, or did you simply know, like, this is done at this moment?
No, my corner was right in front of me. Me head coach, Paul Ellis and Chris were all there, and Paul literally said, don't burn your arms out. But I knew I had it cinched up. I knew he was good at defending a guillotine. So we'd worked on other things around the guillotine, and that was just there, picture perfect. And it wasn't a proper Peruvian necktie, but I literally drilled a Peruvian necktie for the first time in about 10 years, about 5 weeks ago with my coach. And it was like a mixture between a dart and a Peruvian necktie, but that's just how good my jiu-jitsu is. I can link things together like that flawlessly.
I was going to say, it felt like you almost kind of just like implemented that on the fly, not necessarily.
Oh, I've never done that before. I've never done that before. I just done that on the fly. That's how I roll. My jiu-jitsu is the best in the world.
That's amazing. Well, it was a huge win for you. I know afterwards you said, bottom line, look, I'll fight anybody out there. Last question for me. I mean, it does seem like you're one of the biggest stars on the roster right now and can probably call some shots. So if the UFC doesn't have anybody in mind, do you have some things, hey, this is what I would prefer from you?
No, not really. I want to be a world champion. I want to be undisputed champion of the world. I want to be the first ever world champion from Liverpool. And I'm going to do that. I know that's in my destiny. I know it's in my fate. Whether it's the next fight or the next 10 fights, I'm going to be a world champion. It's that simple. If you want me to fight Justin next, if you want me to fight Posh Boy next, if you want me to fight Chorizo next, if you want me to fight Charles next, anyone can get it.
Congratulations. Obviously kind of one of the weirdest moments of your career, right? I'm sure it'll feel just fine when the check clears, but it's probably a little unfulfilling tonight. So just as you sit there right now, just can you process what unfolded?
Yeah, I mean, I had the man weak in the knees, I guess. So, all jokes aside, I just hope he's good. I know Conor been battling some stuff. Looked like he really been changing. He found God. He had his kids in there. So, during the fight, you could obviously tell his demeanor changed, And I was, shout out to the ref. I was trying to tell the ref sooner, like this guy's kids is front row, I don't want to see him take unnecessary damage. Trying to stop the fight, but this is how crazy Conor is. The first time he's on the ground, I was punching him. He's like, fight. I was like, okay. That's why I backed up. I said, stand up then. Let's fight. And then he fell back down, and then the fight was called.
I mean, you've been in the UFC octagon more than anybody, right? But I just wonder, you knew you had a wounded guy, but it's almost hard for you to stay mentally focused. Like, hold on, remember what we're here to do. I got to go hurt this guy.
Not at all, we killers. We're killers. But at the end of the day, I'm a human being, you know what I mean? I think so. That's why I'm so loved in this sport, because I can actually separate the fighter from the person. So when I saw him hurt, I was like, man, come on. Like, you call this. He was done, and he wanted to fight. Tried to stand up again, fell back down. I just hope him a speedy recovery, It's all love to him. The man, like I said, is trying to change his life around, so, sending prayers his way.
Yeah. You had a better look at it than anybody, and you identified it earlier. Do you think it was that first kick that he threw?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I did the UFC podcast before I came here, and me and Wonderboy was talking about it. Even with him walking into the octagon, it didn't seem, it just didn't seem like the same Conor, Like, I thought he was stood there to fight, but like I thought he'd be a little bit more rowdy, a little bit more crazy. He looked like really, really calm, like super calm. So I was just kind of like, oh wow, let's see how this goes. And then of course I knew he was gonna attack me with something, and it was that kick. So it sucks.
Yeah, I mean you called for the trilogy, right? I'm sure there's several million reasons why that would make sense to you. But I mean, is there any part of you that's like, I don't know if that really does make sense to go fight that guy?
Nah, bro. He was talking about this 170 domain. I put in this 170 work. We worked our asses off here, especially after turning around so fast after that March fight, and to come back. I wanna feel this domain that he's talking about, this 170 Conor that he's talking about, this different world. That's what I want. So I know I want to see what his injury is, and for me, I'm down to come back 2027. With that March fight and this fight, I know I came out unscathed, but I owe my family some time. I owe my wife and my son some time, some family time. So that's why I focus. You guys are gonna see Bless return in 2027.